How's it going, everybody? It is iVisual. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day, and welcome back to another Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle versus Legion over here in the UU tier. So that Mind Shout is pretty dang scary, just like click and high jump kick. I'm kind of scared of that. He just leads right off with it. But yeah, this team I'm using is made by Showman. Really cool Spikes offense team of Mega Sharpedo. We got Heracross of Flame Orb. This team used to have Amoonguss on it, but I couldn't find an Amoonguss when I was gonna battle him. I think I took off Amoonguss because Amoonguss was banned from UU when I got this team, and then it came back to UU. So you can use Amoonguss on this team instead of Qwilfish. I put Qwilfish on there because, I don't know, it seemed like it could be nice with Intimidate and Spikes and Toxic Spikes. So, and also his other team, Showman, had Qwilfish on there, so I just wanted to slap it on there because it seemed right. So anyways, I just lead off Hippowdon. He leads off with Mind Shout. Team seems to be a Life Orb. I was really scared if I jump kick right there, but luckily he didn't go for it because that might be able to knock me out. I don't know. Hippowdon's pretty dang bulky. I mean, don't underestimate Hippowdon. This thing lives hits. So I go for the slack off as he just U-turns into Melodic. Melodic you don't see too much in UU. I mean, it's like the god of RU, man. It just like lives everything and recovers and scalds, but you don't see it too much in UU. For that matter. Maybe it could be in UU, because there's a lot of Pokemon that are in the lower tiers that could be good in higher tiers, if on the right team at least. Like, for instance, I'm using Qwilfish, it's PU, so... And I like it a lot, has really good speed and has really good hazards, and just good moves in general, and good typing, poison and water. But anyways, I'm just going to Lottie over here. It's Electrium Z Lottie, and he just throws off the Scald. And luckily no burn. I could throw off the Electrium Z, but he could just easily bring in Crocodile, kinda, not really. I mean, I could throw off a Draco, so maybe he'll stay in. He could be really Spidef as well. Maybe he wants to throw off a Toxic or an Ice Beam. Really don't know what he's running. I predict him to potentially go on a Sylveon. I feel like Sylveon is a really easy switching, unless I am like Trick Lottie and I want to go for a Trick right there. But he throws off the Mirror Coat, so I dodge a Bolt right there if I wanted to potentially attack him. Even though he probably would get one-shotted by Electrium Z. Still, I get to bring in my Klefki and I can potentially get some spikes up, which is very nice. And he could maybe potentially defog those hazards away with his Hydreigon if he does have that, but I'm kind of praying that he doesn't have defog, so I'm just going to go off that factor. And also, might as well just get hazards up. I mean, why not? That's pretty much how I'm going to win with this team, with Sharpedo. Pretty much Heracross breaks through the team first, kind of how I like to play it, and then Sharpedo cleans up the game, which Sharpedo always likes to do. It's a really nice cleaner with speed boost, and then you just Mega Evolve, get that strong drop. But anyways, he brings an Aggron on my Klefki, and I'm not going to stay in because I don't want to take a Heavy Slam and an Earthquake. I want to keep Klefki healthy, plus Klefki is especially defensive. It could take some hits on, maybe even take a Fire Blast from Hydreigon if it's Scarf. Probably not if it's Specs, though. So he goes for the nice Earthquake. That actually 2-hit shots my Qwilfish, which is unfortunate because I thought it would maybe not get two-shotted with the Intimidate, but oh well, Qwilfish, you're not really that bulky anyways. You're running a lot of speed, so it kind of makes sense. I tried to go for a Scald Burn right there, nice 30% chance to potentially live another Earthquake. I can get that nice burn, nice whittle, and then I can maybe get a Spike up or something like that, but unfortunately that did not happen. So I'm just going to bring in my Lottie over here and actually Calm Mind. So I wanted to Calm Mind because I wanted to see what his answer would be to this. Maybe I could break through something with Lottie. He does bring the Sylveon, nice weakens when it switches in with the Spike and the Stealth Rock, so that's pretty good. Kind of also forces switch-ins as well, so that when he switches, he takes hazard damage, which is really, really nice, like on some of his Pokemon, which I want for my Mega Sharpedo in the back. So I just wanted to go for a Psychic over here, see how much the damage is, gauge what he's running. It seems to be max HP. He goes for a Calm Mind, which surprised me. You don't really see Calm Mind Sylveon too much. Usually you see, like, you know, Wish, Protect, Heal Bell, maybe Moonblast with Cute Charm because of Soundproof Kamo in the tier. You could potentially see Hyper Voice, but you're going to be walled by Soundproof Kamo, so I don't know if you want to run that anymore. In my experience, I've seen more Moonblast Sylveons. Unless you have something that's guaranteed to stop Kamo, then you can maybe run a Hyper Voice one. But yeah, you got to be careful of Soundproof Kamo. So just going to go for that Electrium Z, and also maybe some other Soundproof Mon, I don't know, X-Cloud. But yeah, I just wanted to see if I could potentially maybe get a crit or something like that. I don't know, I just thought maybe Electrium Z would do nice damage, even though it's neutral because he Calm Minded up. The first Psychic was +1, but then since he Calm Minded up, the Electrium Z was just neutral damage because he had +1 special defense, and I only had +1 special attack. So he just throws off the Wish and gets all his HP back as I just go into Klefki. Klefki could Toxic it, but he might want to switch out into like one of his Dark types, and then I can't Toxic it because Dark types are immune to Prankster. So I just wanted to get some spikes up. And plus, I'm not really scared of Sylveon unless it has like HP Fire, but even then, it shouldn't be able to even two-shot me at +1 special attack, because Sylveon usually like to run max defense, and they don't really like to run max special attack, so I'm not really too worried about it. Plus, I'm especially defensive with Klefki, like I said. So he actually switches out over here after going for a Wish. Pretty smart play to want to get Mega Aggron's HP back, but I had to have Whirlwind on Hippowdon. I could just Whirlwind it out and then let it take some more hazard damage, and plus I'm just stacking these spikes up as well. I think I got all my spikes up now, so this is just beautiful for me. Gonna switch out my Klefki because don't really want it to get weakened. I'm gonna go into Hippowdon because I could take pretty much everything the Aggron wants to go for, and just throw off a Whirlwind and kind of just play around with this team. That's why I always like to have Whirlwind on maybe Spikes or Stealth Rock and Toxic Spikes, just a bunch of hazards, and then I can just like punish the entire team for potentially not getting rid of the hazards. So he actually gets his rocks up right there. So now I'm for sure I'm thinking he's not gonna have Defog on Hydreigon. But if he does, that could be kind of bad. Like, he just got the rocks up and just tricked me. But I just wanted to go for a Whirlwind, like I said, to just, weaken his Pokemon. He is Regenerator on the Mind Shout, so that's good to know. Reckless would be a little bit more scary with that jump kick damage with Life Orb, but I guess it makes sense for Regenerator Mind Shout with Life Orb because, you whittle down your Pokemon a lot with Life Orb, so you want to get that HP back. But Mind Shout is already frail enough, so I don't know. I'd rather use Reckless, even though, it could be nice for switching in on hazards multiple times, so it goes both ways. Regenerator is probably one of the best abilities a Pokemon can have, so. But it's nice to have that nice damage with Reckless, but maybe Reckless would be better as like Scarf or maybe even Banded, because you wanted that extra oomph and damage, because Life Orb already gives you a lot of damage either way. But anyways, I Whirlwind him. He goes into, well, he doesn't choose, Whirlwind chooses him into Mega Aggron. Unfortunately, Mega Aggron is faster than my Hippowdon, since Mega Aggron is just naturally faster than No Speed Hippowdon, so I tried to go for a Slack Off right there, but unfortunately Ice Punch knocks me out, so I'm just going to go into Lottie over here, trying to throw off a Thunder. If he wants to go into Sylveon, that thing's going to take a lot of damage from Spikes and Stealth Rocks, but that gives me free switches into Klefki, maybe Toxic him. And then he could Wish and maybe go into Aggron, but he has to potentially Wish up Sylveon as well, so something's going to get Toxic, or something's going to be weakened either way. So either way, it's going to be a win-win scenario. And then maybe I can predict him and go into Heracross. But yeah, he just knocks me out with the Ice Punch right there. Nice damage on that Mega Aggron, man. Does a lot of damage since Mega Aggron has really good attack. And yeah, Heracross just comes in and knocks it out. So I didn't really need my Flame Orb for that range of HP with Mega Aggron. So then comes Medusa right there, the Melodic. Not too sure why he went to Medusa. He could have maybe went to Hydreigon, just Draco Meteored me or Fire Blasted me. Maybe he's scared of missing, or maybe he doesn't have those moves. I don't know. Maybe he's running Modest and we Speed Tie, I think. We could, actually, I don't know if we Speed Tie. I think we do Speed Tie. Modest Hydreigon's 295, I think. So maybe he's Modest, I don't know. Maybe he's not running max speed. But yeah, he lets me knock out the Melodic. Maybe he thought he would live that too as well, but yeah. Maybe he just thought I needed to get those defense drops with close combat as well to potentially knock me out with like a Scarf Crocodile, maybe get that Moxie. That might be his plan, to try and sweep me with Moxie Crocodile. But unfortunately, that is not the case. I don't get knocked out by only -1 defense Earthquake. So, knock out the Crocodile as well with Heracross, and in comes the Mind Shout. And now that should be able to outspeed me and knock me out with anything, because I'm already at low enough HP where anything can really knock me out. I was actually scared of like Crocodile Aerial Ace or something like that. I think it does learn Aerial Ace. Well, he should have probably had Stone Edge or Fire Fang on his Crocodile. I feel like those two moves are really good on Crocodile. Fire Fang for Scizor and stuff, other steel types, and Stone Edge for Moltres, and I guess other flying types, really. But maybe just didn't want to miss. But I don't know, I feel like Fire Fang would have been better. If he, well, most of the time you'd run to Fire Fang anyways on Crocodile, especially if they're not Intimidate, because you kind of want to Intimidate on it, just to lower attacks from Scizor's bullet punches and stuff. But yeah, in comes Hydreigon. I'm just going to Klefki, as he actually goes into Sylveon over here, and I just wanted to try and play rough him, but unfortunately that is not the case. And nice damage actually. Sylveon actually gets 2-shot by the play rough after all the hazard damage, so that's really, really nice for me. Now Sharpedo looks really, really good. Since I already got the nice chip off on the Hydreigon with Stealth Rocks, since you can never really one-shot Hydreigon with Ice Fang, Adamant, Mega Sharpedo, I think, you would have to have, I think, at least 2 rounds of Stealth Rocks, maybe even 1 if it's a roll. I think it's a roll with 1 round of Stealth Rocks. So, that's really nice for me. putting everything in range. He just goes into Mine Shout, high jump kicks me, one-shots me, which is fine. I didn't want to really switch out because there's no point to. Now I can go into Sharpedo, protect, get that speed boost, and then I should be faster than Mine Shout. I mean, unless he's randomly going to be Choice Scarf and hackle his way into that, but yeah, he's Life Orb, we already know. Unless he was Choice Scarf, then I'd have to try and get a double protect, because I wouldn't be able to outspeed the Mine Shout if it was Choice Scarf. So luckily I could just stay in regular form and knock him out with Psychic Fangs. I don't need a Mega Evolve yet, just enough chance that Sharpedo will outspeed me with Choice Scarf, because if I didn't get the +2 speed, then Hydreigon Choice Scarf would be able to outspeed me with Draco Meteor. So maybe I was hoping for that as well, but luckily I thought about that, and I knew not to Mega Evolve on the Mine Shout so that I can be able to potentially outspeed Choice Scarf Hydreigon Nightmare, and then I can knock it out with the Ice Fang, and down it goes, bye-bye. And luckily, it always gets one-shot by 2 rounds of Stealth Rocks, so very, very nice. GG to Legion, really, really fun team, and now we got another game versus Kirbs. So Kirbs got an interesting team, very scary team, might I add, man. Let's just jump right into it. I think he leads off with Mega Pidgeot as I lead off with my Hippowdon, just wanting to get my rocks up and pretty much just get all my hazards up and go from there. He could have Defog on the Volcanion, maybe even Pidgeot, but not really reliable defoggers in my opinion. Like, usually you'd want to see like a Lottie defogger, stuff like that, even though Lottie gets Pursuit Trapped a lot, but usually even a good Rapid Spinner like Tentacruel. So luckily, if you don't run into somebody with good hazard removal, this team shines brightly. A nice little light in the darkness. But yeah, anyways, he just U-turns as I do believe I just get my rocks up. And he could have maybe went for a Hurricane. I mean, maybe he was scared of Stone Edge or Toxic, but Hurricane would do decent damage to my Hippowdon. He just brings in the Kamo as I get my rocks up. So maybe he was expecting Stone Edge right there, potentially. But most of the time you don't see Stone Edge on Hippowdon. Back in the day, they used to run it for like Talonflame, I guess, but there's no real need to, because you just have Whirlwind and let the other Pokemon take hazard damage and honestly just switch out. Could have Toxic on Hippowdon though, could be scared of that, but he might have Substitute. So he goes for the Dragon Dance right here. I'm just going to Whirlwind him, I do believe, because I was like, what is this Kamo going to do to me? Is he just going to throw off his Z move on me? He can't use Clanger's Soul Blade, so that's nice. He could just throw off like a Clanging Scales Dragoning Z. That could do something. Or maybe just Outrage, but he just tried to set up. I was thinking maybe he's Belly Drum Substitute, but luckily I do got that Whirlwind. Blow that big winds out of my nostrils, I don't know. It looks like that's what Hippowdon does. So then comes the Metagross over here. I am just going to throw off a Earthquake, I do believe, as he actually switches out into Azelf, so that's a good play. He has the Levitate on Azelf, which is nice, dodging the Earthquake, but now I could just potentially Whirlwind him. He could get his rocks up though if he wants to do that, or even he might have Taunt on his Azelf, so that could be a little bit annoying, and Taunt Stealth Rocks, but I feel like that would be a lead and he'd want to lead off of it. But at the same time, I rather get some spikes up with my Klefki as he just throws off a nasty Paw. I'm like, whoa, this man's just setting up on me. Didn't I just show you I have Whirlwind on this Hippowdon? Could just Whirlwind you again, but oh well. So this thing probably has like Flamethrower or Fire Blast, but I actually do want to Thunder Wave it first to paralyze it and get rid of its giant speed tier. Maybe Heracross can just knock it out, or any of my other Pokemon, and maybe I can get spikes up a Qwilfish as well. So he throws out the Fire Blast. Luckily, I do live that, since especially defensive Klefki is a monster. Unless he was Life Orb, man, I would get one shot, but he doesn't seem to be Life Orb. Maybe he was Expert Belt too. Maybe it's Z move, I don't know. But I don't feel like Azelf, you don't run into Z move ever. But yeah, I'm just going to get some spikes up. He throws off an extra Sensory. You don't really see that on Azelf. Usually you'll see Psychic or something like that. But I do live that on 3 HP, so I get another round of spikes or whatever I really wanted to go for. But I just get a round of spikes. Get all my hazards up for my cleaners and my breakers on my team. So maybe I was just trying to get some flinches, I'm not too sure. But yeah, Azelf, you don't see extra sensory ever. So now I'm going to bring in my Sharpedo over here. I know I outspeed him, I can just easily knock him out with a Crunch. But he actually switches out into Kamo, and I'm like, okay, that's not bad for me. I can just knock it out with a Psychic Fangs. I'm not really too scared of that. I can easily just, knock it out. I outspeed it, pretty sure, unless he's Scarf, but he already showed Dragon Dance, so I'm not really scared of that. So, just knock him out the Psychic Fangs right there, which is pretty awesome for me. Not really too sure. He could have went the Cobalion right there. I'm not too sure why he didn't. He goes into Metagross, but I could just Crunch that and knock it out, so I'm not too sure why he did that as well. And that's pretty awesome for me. I mean, I'll take it. I mean, not gonna lie, I'll take it. So He could have been Colbert Berry on the Metagross, but I mean, I wasn't really too scared of that as well, because I still had Heracross in the back, and honestly, it wasn't really too scary. So in comes the Pidgeot, and now I can just go for a Crunch and Mega Evolve and knock him out, which is very, very nice for me. Mega Pidgeot should be able to get outsped by plus speed Mega Sharpedo, which is going to be very nice for me. And yeah, it's going to be nice. I should be able to just knock everything out. Like, there's not much else I could really say. He goes into Chameleon, though. But yeah, that thing will live it, the Psychic Fangs, which is unfortunate, but I mean, Cobalion is a bulky monster, so I understand it. He goes for the close combat, knocks me out. I can probably just go into Heracross and knock him out, so that's really nice. Iron Head will do a lot, but he already lowered his defenses, and yeah, I could live the Iron Head since Heracross is massive defense. But he does get a flinch right there, which kind of is unfortunate, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest. So I'm just going to hope that I can break through the flinches and knock him out with the close combat. Like, I don't know why he sacked this Metagross and Komodo. Like, Sharpedo, like, you should switch in Cobalion and Sharpedo. Not too sure why he didn't, but anyways, it doesn't matter. And Mega Pidgeot. I guess maybe Kirbs will learn his lesson next time, but yeah, in comes Azelf, is paralyzed. That's why I really wanted to paralyze it for the Heracross. It's actually Focus Sash, so that was surprising. And then the last Pokemon is Volcanion. Hopefully it's not Choice Scarf, and then I can outspeed it and just knock it out with a close combat. And that's probably just going to be game. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't really have much to explain about that. Like, not really too exciting plays, but I mean, it's another game, you know, more entertainment. So he could have played a lot better. Like, he could have won Cobalion on the Sharpedo. So I don't know. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, do your thing. And I guess common question of the day is, what is your favorite cleaner? There's a lot of cleaners, like fast Pokemon that aren't too strong, but they're fast, and with spikes up, they can clean up the game. Sharpedo's one of those cleaners. So leave it down in the comments, or whatever you think is a cleaner in the comments as well. And I'll see you guys next video. Peace, peace.